18, I went to your California Dreams tour, and I saw your opening DJ.
You and Dua Lipa.
Huh?
I said you and Dua Lipa.
Really?
Dua Pipa.
I didn't know that. That's cool.
Yeah.
Huh.
You know.
Well, at that tour, I noticed Twitter was like just a thing. And so I started following Trevor, DJ Skeet Skeet, on Twitter. And then it kind of like for the next like few years, it was like he would tweet, "Who's writing music?" And I would be like, "Me." And I would like send him these like really shitty demos. And it wasn't until I started connecting with people in Chicago when I was in college, and they were like real producers. And I started having like a decent handful of demos, and then Lauren Glucksman got a hold of those demos.
Shout out, babes.
And then you got a hold of those demos. And of course, there was like a formal vetting process thing that happened, but it was pretty casual. I just ended up in your living room, and your parents were just leaving. I was nervous as hell.
You came in, and I was like, audition!
Yep, you basically were. And you were like to your mom, you were like, "Her name is Sin, but you don't like." I remember that.
I always love to poke my mom like that.
It's funny.
And then you played some songs on the piano, and
we talked about my future. Like, do I want to do music videos? Do I want to go on tour? I think my answer to everything was yes. Yes, all of it.
Of course, all of it. And now even more. I mean, the sky's the limit. I think you check so many different boxes, and you could be whatever you want. You're an incredible actress. What people may or may not know about you is a lot of the videos that you've made, you've come up with the ideas, you've like co-directed them. You remind me of myself in a lot of ways, and that's,
which is such a compliment.
Well, and that's why I was drawn to you, not because I'm a narcissist, but just because I was like, I know the hustle, and I know what it takes to get to where you want to go, and you've got the hustle and the drive, and it's not like you're waiting for everyone to do everything for you. You're like, I'm just gonna do it. You know what? I'm not gonna wait for an answer anymore because this is taking too freaking long, so I'm just gonna go and hustle my butt and do it.
Right. Which helps, like, having you on speed dial, because like for the I Can't Believe video, I texted you that Friday and I was like, "Hey, can I do this?" And you were like, "Yup. And these are the stipulations, but go for it, girl." And I was like, "Cool."
I was like, just do it and don't spend any more money than this amount.
Yep. It was like, I felt like I was like talking to my cool aunt, and she was like, "Yeah, girl, go shopping."
Your cool aunt helping you with your science project?
Yeah, kind of. But no, thank you for the compliment.
No, so if you're not following Sin, if you're tuning in on my Instagram, come here. Follow Sin on her Instagram, Cynthia Lovely, obviously. She's very active. Like I'm
sorry about 20s. It.
No, I'm gonna be more active pretty soon, but I'm growing things.
Yeah.
I'm trying to like pace myself.
I feel like so many people though like love you, and like I think they really want to see you become a mom and stuff, So that'll be good when you start sharing these things.
That's nice.
I'm trying to encourage you. This is me encouraging you.
I mean, I love all my children equally. Besides you. I'm just patterning myself.
No,
screenshots are forever.
Yeah, get it. What was I gonna say?
So tell me about how you came up with Drinks, the song today that we are celebrating, because it's Cinco de Mayo. Right, but with the Sin, with the CYN. You like that pun, kind of that play on words?
Was that your idea?
No, actually it wasn't.
But
I think it was our friend Matt.
Was it really?
Yeah, it was someone. I mean, our whole team has a very punny approach.
They really do.
But tell me about how you came up with Drinks as a powder my face.
Sure.
And what was the feeling behind the song Drinks that you guys should check out especially now in quarantine, especially today, Cinco de Mayo, especially over a margarita or your favorite Sancerre, whatever you please. We are all kind of drinking in this quarantine. I mean, I'm not, but
Right.
trust and believe you better have a dirty martini waiting for me.
So the inspiration behind drinks and like usually what I say is uh the facts are the facts. He got mad, so I got drinks. And Alexa knew the bartender, so all the drinks were free. Like that's
Alexa,
it.
the Amazon girl, or no?
No, Alexa's my bestie, my real bestie.
And
You know
her
her.
real, I know, but her real name is Alexa.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if when you play the song that Alexa like is triggered because mine is set to echo. Now it's going off. But anyway, Alexa came over and was like, "You need to change it because I'm feeling dehumanized." So I had to change my devices to say echo.
Get it.
But anyway,
So
yeah, the song.
is about a relationship you were in or are in or
No,
yeah, but the
not in.
children don't know.
Yeah, they don't know.
I'm trying to be like an interviewer.
Well, you're doing a great job. Okay, fine. I'm not in a relationship. I was, but not anymore. As soon as it was over, I could be me again, which is another lyric from the song. Yeah, I think I wrote the song in the hook as kind of like a joke. Honestly, I thought that let me just fool around on the track and say he got mad, so I got drinks. And then I think I maybe reeled it in with the verses a little bit. They're like more in depth and
Mm-hmm.
not as throwaway. And like even I don't wouldn't say that the hook is throwaway, but you know what I mean when it's like
It's you know what it is? It's a hooky little ditty that's fun and the soundtrack to going out, you know?
yeah.
I mean, but you run the gamut as far as the different subject material that you cover. Like, I mean, I'll Still Have Me, which is a song that you put out almost what a year ago and change.
Honestly, it's like I'll think it'll be 2 in September.
Time flies. Um, and that has a lot of depth to it. And, you've got a bunch of songs. One of the songs that was on the I'm Pregnant Brain film,
Birds of Prey, Lonely
Birds of
Gun.
Prey, Lonely Gun, which is
Yeah.
great. You're a fantastic writer.
Thank you.
You are getting, all kinds of fun shine from different people like ASCAP.
I know
And
that's really sweet. Did you hear about that? That
I did.
little
Are you allowed to talk about that?
I don't know. But anyway, I kind of got like a little award from ASCAP, which is like a little scholarship, which I'm like grateful for. But
Yeah, they picked you out of all the songwriters, right now in ASCAP, and ASCAP is great. They picked you as one of their top songwriters, and you are one of the top songwriters. I mean, you are such an incredible writer, which I think is one of the most important things about being an artist is to be able to vocalize who you are and your identity. And you have such a strong identity.
thank you. I mean, I have the best to look up to.
Stop sucking my butt.
You deserve it.
Okay, more fun stories.
What was I going to say though? I was going to say going back to like versatility and things like that. Like I saw a comment on the Drinks video, which was like, this is a big difference from like I'll Still Have Me or whatever. And I just thought I think back to like when we were on the beach in Dubai and I was like, but this song and this song and this song sounds like this and this song sounds like that. And you were like, don't put limits on yourself. And then from then on, like when I have conversations and like let's say I have meetings and you're not there, like I usually lead with, well, Katie doesn't think it's a problem. Like, like all of the songs and how they sound so different. And so I really think about that.
Well,
And
I think, I mean, in my own personal music, I've done a lot of that. I've tried out many different sonic styles and beds. And, it would probably be different if you were an acoustic artist or you were like a heavy metal artist or whatever. If you were such a specific, distinct genre, but pop really is short for popular. And so I think you can experiment and not put limits on the textures and sounds. And, you know, I also believe like women are not just one thing, we're so multifaceted.
Right.
Like, I'm every woman, it's all in me. Hello. Why do we get the choice to make human life? Because we got all the tools and more.
We just need that one little ingredient. Um, no,
Well,
but I agree.
science.
I was gonna say something though. I'm blanking. I have quarantine brain.
It's okay. Your brain. I read something on Cleo's Instagram the other day
Mm,
about how your brain is just generally exhausted and shutting down because of all of the anxiety and small tasks that are new tasks that everyone's doing that they're not used to.
hmm
I do a lot of sweeping. I
And
love
me
sweeping.
too. Yeah, I mean, I feel like I'm constantly doing dishes, to be honest. I'm like, why is it just never ends? But
Yeah, dishes are never done. It's an evil, evil thing.
definitely. But
Um,
I was gonna say,
I know that
I
there's
was gonna say, like when it comes to the sound though, I think maybe you can agree with me. Like it's either like a really, really, really emotional, stripped acoustic ballad, or it's like this like complete opposite, like super pop driven production big hook. Like I feel like I like teeter between those two things.
yeah. I mean, and then I think it's then again it's drinks. It's this little ditty drinks that goes round and round is like it's just like a catchy little hook too. I think you have the capacity to do whatever you want, and I'm glad that you don't put limits on your art, you know?
Yeah. Well, you know what it's like as well, like bouncing around from studio to studio. Like there's so many incredible writers in LA and like you're in the room with one person and then you make a record that sounds like this because they're so good at that sound and
Yeah, yeah, it rubs off.
yeah, suddenly you
You
have
find your
like
collaborators.
yeah, or you just find like a handful that all have really distinct sounds and then you have like a handful of really distinct sounding songs like, you know. But yeah.
Do you want to talk about your about I was never going to go on tour, and I know a lot of things were
Mm.
rescheduled because of all this, but you were about to head out on a tour, and how you're feeling about that and what happened, and what plans or dreams do you hope for after all this is has kind of subsided?
Yeah. Well, actually, I haven't been able, like, I didn't tell you this yet, but I think I texted Austin recently and I was like, I really
Your
need to,
manager?
my manager, correct. Sorry. I forget there are people watching. I
Yeah, we're
texted
not just
my,
on FaceTime.
yeah, whoops.
Girl,
Thanks for the reminder.
I ain't gonna put a lash on you just for FaceTime.
But I texted Austin and I was like, this is the first time I feel like I really need, like I did with my writing, I need to step up the live show. And so I'm feeling like thankful that things got postponed because I want to really get crazy and like buckle down and make sure that like I seem like that my stage presence and my live show matches like I think my caliber of writing, which I think is getting to a good spot. So I'm thankful. I'm bummed that it's being pushed back, and but it seems like I have a lot of growing to do, and I need to like spend time contemplating it still. So yeah,
Well, I think a lot of it comes from experience too. So
true.
I'm sure when you came on the road with my tour, last tour, you were like, from the moment you started to the moment you finished, you probably got to learn a lot.
Oh my God. I mean, I always say like you really threw me to the sharks, and
Hello.
just calling me. I'm back though. I'll tell you about it later. Anyway, um, you really
Call him back?
you really, really threw me to the sharks on that
The
tour.
left
Like,
sharks?
yeah, the left sharks. I always say that because and then I always like look back on it. I'm like, if I could get on stage and open for you, I can do anything. Like I'm not afraid to do whatever in a music video or, you know, I'm not, I'm so much braver because of that experience. And I feel so confident. Like,
Then
those
you
were
were on tour with Years and Years, right?
years and years, yeah. And those were like way different kinds of rooms. So it went from, what are they called? Stadiums? Not
No, no,
arenas.
no. Arenas.
Arenas. Yeah, no, I don't know the difference. So you're in
Okay.
arenas, and then I went to like
The
small
fans
theaters.
do.
Yeah, they do. Um, yeah, so sorry, arenas, right? To small theaters. And also, I wanted to say, do you remember I texted you and I was like, I had a dream you and Orlando were engaged. And then I saw you at a Years and Years show and I was like, and then you were like, same, tell Orlando about your dream. And I had to tell him about the dream. So I just thought that was funny.
It was inevitable.
Yeah, it was. That's so sweet. But yeah, it's been, I mean, I was thinking about it like, what do you think? Like when I walked into your living room, I mean, I'm like you're a different girl, I'm a different girl, it's a different
Yeah,
world.
every day we're different, and we're the type of young ladies that strive to evolve and, learn different skills and tools that help us in our evolution every day. I mean, I don't want to be who I was when I was 21, and I certainly am not, or even 27.
Mm-hmm.
A whole different person, and I'm happy for the change. But I think when I saw you, when I first met you, I thought, okay, she's you're so beautiful. You look like, a girl that is like a catalog cozy Connecticut, wearing a sweater,
Yeah,
Nantucket.
we all know what you think. Who did you tell me I remind you of?
I don't know.
What the fuck's her name? Um, with the suits. What did you text me that night? Oh shit, I can't remember.
The suits.
When I was sending you, you said you look like so and so or whatever. Oh, I
Well,
can't.
you're like I mean, this is the highest compliment, like a Natalie Portman.
Oh, thank you.
I mean, like she's a legend on her own, but
I
you
wish
definitely,
I was his
anyways. So
fellow.
presentationally, it's great, and then you sing with this. First and foremost, you sing with this incredible kind of like intimate jazz, soft tone
Mm-hmm.
that really beckons the listener to like tune in. You can't like just put it on as background. You have to really, your ear just naturally tunes into your type of voice, because it also reminds me of like Cardigan's Love Fool, very sweet. You
Yeah.
have like a little bit of a Lisa Loeb face, like,
Aw.
and you're
Well,
not shy. You've got so much chutzpah, and you've got dreams. And I remember when I first met you, you were not shy about your dreams. And when you first meet someone, they tell you everything they want to do and how they're going to do it. And you're like, okay, 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 one step at a time.
yeah.
We'll get there. But, if you can go the distance, you do get there eventually. You can't skip the steps, and you have to really put in the work, and the patience is wild. I mean, remember where you were 3 years ago, and like you're like, why isn't it happening now? And you're in
Yeah,
the
I couldn't
you're
have
in the
known.
grind now,
You were
and
right. I needed to
and it's
wait.
still happening, and it's on the up. It's starting to really like, you know, kick off, especially with drinks. But it's just wild that it takes a long time sometimes.
It does take a long time. I mean, we even had like a whole other EP planned before Mood Swing, and I'm really glad that like that wasn't it, you know?
Did I
Bless your
just
room.
flashed my dirty bed because I was like trying to tap on Bradford's comment, who said, he's like, I'm a sinner.
That's sweet. Oh, actually, I saw Matt commented, it's Diane Keaton who you told me I looked like. Don't worry, your bed looks fine.
Oh, no, it's fine. I love my bed. Diane Keaton, yeah. Well, we were having a conversation about your music video, and this is how um Joan Crawford, Mommy Dearest, I am with you about everything. Or, I like to be involved as much as you'll have me involved. And
Oh, I want to hear your opinion on everything.
the
Everyone knows that.
conversation was completely, the conversation is always open. That's the thing about the team that we've created and the team I've created for myself is like, it's a bad deal when you are surrounded by yes people. You got to have some devil's advocates. You got to have some outside the box type thinkers. And I think you have that, and we have that as a team. But I was doing some healthy discourse with you.
You were.
I was.
We should just let them know what we're talking about.
Okay, so Sin made a video for the song Drinks, and I was like, it's coming out in the spring. Like, you maybe
Don't wear
like.
the suit.
I was like, don't wear a turtleneck. I mean, you look like Diane Keaton, who is amazing, but you're 27 and it's different. Although a lot of I think looking like Diane Keaton at 27 is bomb too. It's just, I was like having this conversation about all of it very frankly. I don't mince my words.
Well, I think like the part of working with a team is like you're very right about a lot of things, and I'm very right about a lot of things, and like maneuvering that intelligently, like knowing when to step down and when to step up is like part of it. That's like what happens, especially if there are any young artists that aren't signed yet and they're watching. Like, be prepared to have to explain your ideas because that's just the way it goes when you
I'm
work with
sorry, you
people.
don't explain your ideas. You have a freaking PowerPoint presentation. I mean, she's got like bullet points. It's like a whole PDF. I'm like, okay, girl,
I went
just
to
send me.
college.
I didn't go to college, but I'm good.
And
I just
besides,
like
they're
send me
PDFs.
one photo, one reference
They're
photo.
PDFs. They're not PowerPoints. I don't have PowerPoint anymore.
I don't know. I know that's like a reference from 2001, but I'm old, so what?
Oh my God, no. But yeah, no, but I think the suit ended up working well. What do you think?
Yeah, I like it. You got many more. You have many more music videos to make. Now,
Thank you.
y'all.
That means I get to make more. Woohoo!
Oh shit.
uh,
Some of us have to work. Um,
right.
so I wanted to say, if you haven't heard this song, it's called Drinks. You can check it out on every streaming platform ever. And right now, actually, radio, like your local radio station, like your local pop radio station, is debating if they're going to put it on their radio, if they're going to add it to their station. And I think what you should do is you should pretend like it's early 2000s, even though it already feels like early 2000s right now. You should call up your radio station. You should say, hello, I'm requesting to hear Drinks by Sin. That's CYN, and that's what you'll be in if you don't play it.
That's what you'll be in if you don't.
You'll be living in sin.
I love that. Awesome.
You'd rather live with sin than living in sin.
Well, thanks for saying that. It's really sweet.
Wait,
I think it's gonna do well.
Hold on.
Uh-oh. Dun 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 dun. Okay.
I had to close out some of my online shopping apps so I could save my battery.
Have you been doing a lot of that?
Yeah, I mean, like, no one's going nowhere, so add to cart.
I've been like Amazon Prime lists. Like I have a list for like when so and so comes to visit. I'm like, I need to buy all these things before they get here.
Oh, that's good. I love a list.
Yeah, it's been helping with my anxiety. But anyway, let me think if I have any other questions for you because I wrote down some things.
Can I ask you I know we've only been working together for like 3 years, but what advice or what would you tell Cynthia 3 years ago? now that you know and have written 300 bazillion songs and
Mm-hmm.
are on the upward climb on the mountain?
I mean, to be honest, I don't know if I've told you this before, but when I first signed, and I think this is kind of inevitable, you just like, you feel this pressure, you like, you consider who your label is, and you think about what their expectations could possibly be, and you can't help it. That like influences you. And I think in the beginning, I like went from this like lo-fi neo soul jazz into this like pop world because I thought this is what's going to spark my label's ear. Nobody even told me that's what I had to do. So if I had to go back, I would say, don't worry about conforming to what you think people expect from you when you sign. You're being signed because
You're being developed.
you're you and you need to be developed. And so I wish I would have known, like, you know, add to the sound that's already been happening independently. Don't do a complete pivot from it. And I think I did that on accident, but I got closer to it again with Also Have Me. So that would be what I would give myself, like that kind of advice. And maybe don't cut your hair off, like that to me. But I went through some shit.
Listen, I did it. I cut my
Well,
hair off too.
it's just, like
I was just like, I was over it. I was like, what are you gonna like just
I
are you
know.
gonna just like see me? Hello.
I mean, but you had your whole journey with like you were already there and whatever else. I like changed. I signed and then I like wasn't even no one knew me and I had to completely change my look and everything and I don't even think I knew how to deal with that. So I'm looking back on those photos. It's stupid. It's just hair. It doesn't matter. Young artists, don't pay attention. Just focus on your sound and your art.
Yeah, we're blabbing because we're
Yep.
having a 5 o'clock Cinco de Mayo drinks. That's the
Yeah.
theme of today. What are you drinking? Are your comments coming through? I wanted to answer any of the questions, the simulated questions. Are they
Yeah, let me
frozen?
click on them. No, I've got some questions. Let's see.
Hello? Whoa.
Am I here? Can you hear me?
This whole time I could have had a filter? The fuck?
You do not need a filter. I am done
I
with
know.
you thinking that
I
you're
know.
old and stuff. You're not.
Y'all,
Just
Cynthia, I don't think I'm
stop it.
old. It's just a bit.
You don't have a single thing. I saw you fresh faced in your car. Okay, that's a lot. I saw you fresh faced in your car and I was like, you look like you look in your 16-year-old pictures. Like, you do.
Sorry, I'm just trying out. Oh, girl. I'm trying it. I didn't even know. Ooh, I could have gotten a lot more creative with this.
Oh my God.
We'll just go back. I must be drunk off of decaf coffee.
Oh my goodness. I want to ask you though. So, like,
I can't find the dang comments aren't working. Hello?
really, they're not even popping up for you?
Trying.
Dun
They're
dun dun dun.
frozen. No.
Well, I see you saying hello. Trust me, they're all popping up for me.
Okay. Well, if you want to ask any sin-related questions, Cynthia went to college so she can read real fast.
You know, I say that in my sessions when people question my ideas. Yeah. They do the same thing. They laugh at me. They get it. They get it.
So if you have any sin-related questions,
They're all kind of crazy, the questions. They're all kind of like, Morta Linda, I love you. Come to Brazil.
We will come to Brazil, and we always do.
I haven't been to Brazil yet. But you know, we started the international journey. So maybe I'll be there soon.
Yeah, and I know that a lot of the Brazilian fans love you.
They do.
And a
They
lot
love
of
me.
Latin American fans love you.
Oh, Michael says, say hi, Michael. Hi, Michael. Our Michael.
Which Michael?
Uh, uh, my brother, Michael, on my label.
Oh, Michael. Oh, okay, Michael. I was like, there's
Sorry,
a couple
Michael's a
Michael.
bit of a common name, isn't it?
No, it's Michael's offended.
No, but my brother's name, my brother's name is Michael. So I guess I have more than one brother. I have a label brother, and then I have a little brother. So that didn't help at all.
Tell me more questions.
No, but I want to ask you. This is like
Okay.
this is like in the future for me, so
Okay.
it's not a thing, but like how what does it feel like finding your love and like, you know, you're gonna be a mom, like what the do you think what am I gonna write about? Like is that like do you
You
see
think
it
because
like
you find your
develop?
partner, it's just like happily ever after and you have no problems? Y'all, you're crazy.
Okay,
You
so
have
there's still
nothing
more
to
to
write,
write
you
about.
have no friction to write about? You're not.
Okay, good to know.
There is no there. I mean, you're gonna always be working on yourself and your relationship. Like, honestly, when Justin Timberlake put out that song Mirror, remember that?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know when it was, early 2012 or something.
Yeah.
At first, everyone was like, what is this? And then if you read the lyrics, you're like, oh, yeah, that's completely true. And they are. Your partner is your mirror. And, you know, I don't know about you, but sometimes if you get me in front of one of those magnifying mirrors, like at a hotel, and all of a sudden I see my pores and like my whiskers. I mean, I won't leave the hotel room. I'll be late for something by 30 minutes because I'll be like, I cannot believe I'm seeing all of these things I never saw that I might need to take care of. You feel me?
Interesting. Yeah, I feel
So
you. I get
that
it. I get it.
don't put a magnifying mirror that close to my face, but that's what your partner is.
Damn.
And look, I mean, I'm sure there's going to be lots of different feelings I'm going to be writing about in the future. You know,
Yeah.
just because you like, and also like people partner up and have children and write amazing records and are re-inspired. I mean, this is a big part of life, so I'm sure I'll have a huge new muse.
I mean, I can't wait to see you embrace it. I like if I could give any advice to the people I look up to, the pop stars I look up to, I it would just be to like embrace the reality of their life and like not worry about like trying to be who you were in 2011. Like I think as a fan, like I want to see who you are now. So that
Yeah.
would be not that I need to give you any advice, but
Yeah, I think evolution is beautiful. And I think, you know, someone I've always looked up to that did the reinvention evolution game was Madonna. And, you know,
yeah.
she had all of these eras where she had Lourdes and, you know, her first child. And like when you look back on that, it's like, what an iconic time. That was her ray of light time.
My mom and I listened to that record in the car all the time, and I guess it kind of makes sense because it was such a motherly album, wasn't it?
I mean, yeah, it was definitely profound. Like she definitely hit on something connective. And she was probably, I mean, she was really connected at that time as well. And she's a
Yeah,
connected person in general, but, you know, as a messenger and growing a human. And, but yeah,
that's a great example.
I love, you know, I'm excited for all of my pop peers to step into the next, like, life levels as well.
It's gonna be really cool to see, and like I'm like right behind you guys, so I'm just rooting for
Not yet.
you, you know.
Not yet, honey. Not yet.
Well, you know. But I was also gonna ask you, being I think we have this in common. We're both veering on the optimistic side of things. Do you see pop music kind of doing like a little bit of a shift from anxiety driven pop and like kind of going into like something a little more optimistic, as we like to say?
Yeah, I gotta get a Mophie. Oh my gosh. Poptimistic. Well, you know, the trends have been, you know, more hip hop and urban leaning in the past couple of years. And
But we can find our way, like for example, drinks.
yeah, of course. I'm not worried. Stay true to yourself. And I think, you know, if you're staying true to yourself and staying on your course, then your time will come. Like, don't shift just because the wind shifts. Just be you, you know? I gotta get
Yeah, yeah,
my
yeah.
Mophie.
Which is like
But
the
I
like
think,
most Sorry.
But
Go
people are,
on.
I think maybe the music, I'm waddling. I think the music is maybe a little anxiety based because
It's
we're
just the
living in
reality of the
because
time.
we're living in a much more anxious world. We're living
But
in
I mean,
a
like
more
when.
depressed, sad, anxious world, and social media and like,
Oh, okay.
all that is partially to blame for it. The
Yeah.
facade of who you wish you were, compared to the reality of who you are. I mean,
Interesting.
I don't know. Don't make me start
No,
to
no.
speak like a therapist.
I feel that. I just mean, it's really interesting, and I've said this in an interview before, like being writing optimistic pop music and being the odd one out. It's just a really interesting thing, I think.
Because there's a lot of sad girls out there.
Yeah, and
That's
so
the
I want,
theme.
yeah, and then like now that times are changing, like will our music reflect what we hope for, which is maybe something a little more optimistic? Like it's going to be interesting to see.
Well, you and I both will fill that void.
Can't wait.
Yeah. All right. Well, we have only a couple more minutes left of drinking and talking about drinks. If you're just tuning in, I'm walking around my house. I'm trying to
We want
get.
to see the bump. Let's be honest here.
You want to see my bump?
Yes, please.
Ugh, when I bump, you bump, just like that. Okay, I'll show you my bump. Just hold on one second. Just gonna waddle to the bathroom. I need to take off all my bras that don't fit anymore. Gotta put my vibrator away.
Um,
Girl.
Alexa, never mind. I can't get into it. I really can't get into it.
What? No,
let's
don't
just
get
say,
into it.
let's just say I needed to use my Amazon account because Alexa needed something, and she shares one with her mom.
Oh,
LOL.
bless. Okay, this is me. Here I am,
Oh
bumping.
my
I
gosh.
know,
Look
like when I'm front on, it's like I'm not very. It's not. You can't see it, but when I'm coming, she's coming in.
Oh my gosh, you're so cute. Is she active? Is she kicking a lot?
She's giving me the middle finger,
Oh my God.
and she's definitely starting to chatter.
Wow. You look so good.
I'm trying to keep it cute. Look, a little crop top.
It's so cute. Heck
A little
yeah.
crop top. Okay, I better stop.
So cute. No, that was really cute.
Um, but life is happening. It's all happening, guys.
Wow. I mean, I knew it was gonna happen. I didn't know I was gonna be the first one to know and have to keep it biggest secret ever, but like here we are.
One of the firsts.
So sweet. I'm so happy for you. And I'm
So,
so thankful for how great Drinks has been and how amazing. I love the video and like number 4 most added to pop radio. Like only our team. Like amazing. Guys, if you're watching, like, oh my God, I'm so grateful.
so wait, before we go, because we only have a few more minutes till 6 o'clock.
Dude.
I wanted to ask about, like, it's okay if you don't have anything to offer or what you've been doing since you're talking about being a little anxious during quarantine. Was there anything that was helping you? I mean, like, I, from my point of view, I have always been the person that has been like great with routine and meditating and working out. But now this is like such an unprecedented time, and you almost like I'm better in a routine on tour than I am at home, like when I'm
Yeah.
going.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not really I haven't leaned on some of my trusty dusty tools, mental health tools. that I used to. Um,
Hmm.
but we have different routines. Like we have dinner at like 6:30 or 7 with the kids and stuff like that. So, but what are you doing? Because you're quarantining by yourself. Like most people are with their family or with a crush. You
Yeah.
you are literally just getting to know you, honey.
Yeah. I mean, I think the routine is everything. Waking up at the right, like setting a time to wake up is really important.
Is
Um,
that what you do?
yeah, well, I mean, I try to wake up between like 8 and 9 every day. That's
Okay,
good.
girl.
I've been going on a lot of like solo walks. That's helpful. But also, honestly, like, I don't want to like sound like this is a calculated answer, but like, I've had to really think about how I can relate and engage my fans online. Like, I've really just kind of,
I see you TikToking,
yeah, that.
and you never really TikToked before.
Never before have I TikToked.
You're ticking
So
and you're
that's,
talking.
and I'm doing it the best I can. It's,
Those dance moves are wild. I mean, not
listen,
yours,
I,
just like
I
just
haven't
like
done any dancing.
just like TikTok dance moves are wild.
So that, I mean, I've just been kind of like connecting with people online, but like, I really needed to take some time. I haven't been like single in a second since, I don't know, at the end of last year. And so that's been happening.
You read books.
You know what? This is like the one time I'm not reading a lot. I'm writing a ton. I have like, I almost call them like little hook poems where like I have like one hook in the poem and then like they're like 4 or 5 lines of like a little beautiful description. They're almost like captions to a picture. And I've got like hundreds of them now. So we've just been kind of doing that.
I
But
saw some
writing and all that.
I saw something the other day where someone was saying artists don't write songs about quarantine after quarantine is done because we've already been through that.
Hmm.
I mean, obviously you should write about whatever you want to write, but do you think you'll have like songs from this time that kind of encapsulates this moment? Or my question is are we going to want a television show about this time, or we've like been like, I've been through it, I'm over it. Let's just like
Hmm.
look at life in a different lens.
I mean, I hear what you're saying. I think that maybe we'll want to look back maybe in 75 years or something. I think as soon as this is done, we're not going to want to look back, but I think at one point in time it will be a really interesting period that, and like maybe we'll want like the poems I'm writing, I think some of them are interesting because they do reflect the reality of this time, but they may not be valuable to somebody unless it's the future and they want to like think about like what people went through. So, do you know what I'm saying? Does that make
Yeah.
sense?
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
Shakespeare wrote during that specific time when what was it? It wasn't
Not like the
anyways,
bubonic plague, was it? I don't even
it
know.
was
What was that like?
something like that.
Here
It's
we
like
are, just
yeah,
revealing
no,
how
it was
bad
one of
our
those
history
things you
is.
see on Instagram. It's like, well, if so and so can write this during the bubonic plague, you can also write, the best or make or be creative. And I'm like, shit.
I don't know. I think that pressuring yourself to perform during this time is like definitely not healthy. But
That's
I'm
good
sure,
advice.
yeah, and also, but I'm sure we all have like a very honest, truthful account of things right now that wouldn't cause any harm by putting it down into words.
Yeah, yeah,
Even if they're stupid words, it's like good to keep track of our experiences because future generations will want to look back and see what was up.
yeah.
You
I
know.
mean, yeah. I mean, it's interesting. Yesterday, I did a lot of film from home things, and I'm doing American Idol, and it's all on iPhones or these pop-up kits, and it's pretty intense, like setting it all up, or someone in your family member setting it all up, or
Yeah.
it's and having to direct yourself, light yourself, make up yourself, you
Put
know.
yourself in giant rolls of toilet paper.
Yeah. Well, that was different, but it definitely feels like it reminded me of the time when I was where you know, are at or we're starting at. It's like, it's when you're doing everything on your own, you're making it happen, you're hustling, you are starting the conversation. And
Right.
that's what you are doing now. And I admire. So if you're tuning into this Instagram live, we have been talking about Sin, who is an incredible new artist and has a song out called Drinks. And you can check it out on all platforms. And there's a pretty cool video that goes along with it. And if you are listening to your local pop radio station, you can also request Drinks to be played. And maybe, like, why doesn't every pop radio station play Drinks at 5 o'clock on the dot? Anyways,
I mean, why
it's
not?
the Drinks song.
What do they have to lose, really?
Nothing.
Well, Katie, thank you so much for coming on the chat. I miss you and I think about you, and thanks for everything.
Yeah, I mean, I love you, and I'm happy that you're happy and you're sound and you're, you know, writing down all the feelings, and I'm excited for your future and always here as a fairy godmother of sorts.
My Perry godmother.
Your Perry godmother
And
to
I'm
tell you.
Cinderella.
Oh
Hello.
my God, did you just make that up right now? I'm
No,
gonna
I've told you
cry.
this before. You're silly.
Now I'm just listening for the first time. Wait, I'm your Perry godmother and you're Cinderella? Oh my
I know.
God.
You took me out of my rags in Michigan and brought me to LA.
I love it. It's
I
so
know.
fairy tale fun. Welcome to
You're so
Hollywood.
sweet.
We're buckle up, y'all. Buckle
Whoa.
up. All right, guys. Well, we love you. We hope you're staying safe during this quarantine. Check out Drinks from Sin and request it on your local pop radio station, and you will be seeing more from her in the future, in real life, and me too.
Can't wait for your album.
Don't tell them about that yet.
They ask me all the time and I want to respond. Do you think I know? Like I don't even get to know. I don't know things.
Just giving away exclusives right there, girl.
Everybody who's always asking me, I don't know shit, please.
Just giving away all kinds of exclusives, Cynthia. Cynthia!
Please, it's not me. Trust me.
All right. Love you. Have fun and drink a
I
drink.
love you too. Bye, Katie.
Bye.